Oh, babies, welcome.
Oh man,
How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I like that shirt.
Oh, thank you so much. So yeah, we're here to talk about the founding story of Tone House.
Okay.
We have a lot of new members that weren't here in 2014, so we want to give them a little bit of scope of why we do what we do and how we do what we do. So today we got the founder, Alonzo Wilson, here at Tone House. We're going to discuss the founding story of Tone House, and we're going to start with that question. What was the reason you founded Tone House?
Well, I'll take you back pretty much to the reason why I even started training in general. My mother actually was sick with cancer. She actually lost the battle. During that time, I asked the doctor what I could have done to possibly have changed the outcome. He said not necessarily that she would have lived, but she would have had a better chance had she been in better physical condition because she was obese. So that's what got me into training seriously and making people work hard. What got me into actually opening Tone House, one thing I noticed in 2014 and in general, everything was very stationary. Whereas an athlete, play football and basketball, those different sports, you always have to move. So Tone House is always predicated about movement, and that's why I wanted to make sure that I opened up a gym to pertain to that. Because especially in high school, you played football, basketball, I think you even did wrestling in high school. The thing about it is that at my high school, we had about 5,500 students. Maybe 400 of us were able to play on the varsity team. The other 5,000 didn't get that opportunity to play. So Tone House is a place that actually gives them an opportunity to feel what it was like at practice, feel what it was like with the camaraderie, and them feeling like they're on a team.
So to go back off of that being part of a team, tell them a little bit about the programming and why we do the programming and how it's different from your normal gym in New York City.
So all the gyms in New York City are amazing, by the way. Tone House is different because, like I said before, we move. I mean, the first question I used to always get when I first opened the gym, they would come into this facility and they would say, where's my spot? And I was like, where's your spot? I was thinking, oh, maybe I realized they really were looking for, where am I gonna put my mat down for this hour?
Yeah.
You know, I was explaining to them that we're gonna run all around here. Your spot is everywhere, okay? From the moment you walk into the building, you're gonna have a warm-up. The warm-up is just a movement analysis. You're gonna go through the bag drills. You're gonna change levels. You're gonna go through all the different planes of motion, frontal plane, the sagittal plane, transverse plane. You're gonna change levels. It's a lot of fun.
Let's go a little bit deeper into the science behind your programming. We're not gonna give them too much, all right? But tell them the science behind your programming, because we definitely have a system, and we want them to understand the system that we have from the start of the workout all the way to the end.
So one thing I will say is Tone House is predicated about movement. So my major in college was movement science, education, professional instruction. So Tone House is predicated about movement. As soon as you walk into the room, like I said, we go through our warm-up. Our warm-up is just a movement analysis. We're gonna go through the bag drills. What it does is it allows the coach to kind of see where, like, if this person has tight hips, if they're having trouble with their knee drive. It allows you to see what's going on with the class that you have. As far as going through the programming, you'll notice that it kind of goes by what kind of season we're in. Okay. Obviously, we're in March Madness now, so you have basketball is really heavy going on. So today, of course, for conditioning, we had our box jumps going on. If you see that it's football season, you'll see a lot of change of directions. You might see seated rolls in the program. You might see where you run to the front and you backpedal and you drop and you come here. All those different things are about what kind of season it is. So normally if you come into our facility, depending on the season, you kind of might get a little spicy.
Sports. Yeah.
Everything we do is about sports.
Everything is about sports. I love that. Tone House opened in 2014.
Absolutely.
Tell us about the environment around that time where the boutique fitness was only like Barry, Soul Cycle, and then here comes Tone House. So tell us about that.
It was wonderful. The thing that was great about it is that we're so lucky to be in New York City because New York City has the best of everything. Soul Cycle is an amazing brand. Barry's Boot Camp is amazing. They have amazing trainers, amazing coaches. What made us different is the fact that we move. Those places that you're speaking of, they're basically going to be in one position the whole time. You know, you might be from a treadmill, then you might go to the stepper. You might be on a bike the whole time. In Tone House, you're going to be running all over the place because it's like sports. When you were playing football, you had those gassers. I know you had them.
Oh, yes.
I had them too.
Oh, yes.
We had those gassers.
So
So you're going to be moving from A to B. And what was so great is that when we first opened, you know, I didn't come from another fitness studio. So it wasn't like I could go and have some of the other clients I had from the fitness studio. I actually worked with a basketball team and I was a strength and conditioning coach there. And I also was a private trainer. And obviously when you have private clients, they want to stay just regular private clients. They don't necessarily want to do a class. So what we had to do is we started from the ground up. You know, I went into stores, let them know I was opening a gym. I spoke to other trainers, had them come in here. Remember when we used to be the place where all the trainers used to train?
We used to train all the
Absolutely.
Your favorite trainer.
Trust me when I tell you, your favorite trainer is wonderful, by the way, and he or she, believe it or not, used to train here plenty of times, which is wonderful to see. But anyway, they would be nice enough to tell their clients and tell their family and their friends about it. And then we'd grow a following from that. But that's what I would say. In 2014, the biggest thing is that we started what was called movement. Most people were very stationary. Even if you had I remember doing a class with this one gentleman, wonderful gentleman, but we were on a football field, and he had us in one spot the whole time, which I was just like, oh my goodness, sir, we're on the field, baby.
You're on the field.
You know, put this mat, move the mats, you know, let's work. You know, so anyway, that was the difference between us and a lot of places, is that we move.
So you train like your favorite athlete, right?
Absolutely.
And that's one of the things that you do say, and leave your ego at the door.
Please.
So
because you can always pick it up after.
Exactly.
If you bring it in and it gets crushed.
Exactly.
You leave it there, you can pick it back up.
Exactly. So Tonehouse has been open 10 plus years. How have we survived so long through pandemics, through saturation of the industry, through many things? Like how did we survive so long?
The reason why we survive so long is the community that we have and the people that work with us. We're like a team. You know, you came on very, very early. Even when you would come in, pretty much I would call James. I'd say, James, you know, can you come to the 7:30 class and just jump in it, just to add the vibes, the positive vibes, get them to understand what it's like to be on a team. And from the very start, people started slowly realizing what we were doing. And then we built a following. So even through the pandemic, thanks to you, we had Tonehouse TV. You and Zach did a video in Tonehouse, just kind of getting people uplifted. And then you were like, we can do, you know, this online while this is going on. And I said, well, what kind of cameras do you need? So you were like, we need this camera and that camera. So we went and got the camera. We started Tonehouse TV. We even had a cooking show on there. We had a lifting thing on there.
Exactly.
It was crazy. And of course, when they let us go outside, we were able to do our workout outside because, you know, our workout is in the field anyway. So you just have to adapt. The good thing about us is that we always stay true to what we are. We're sports performance. With our lifting, we do the same as if you were on a team. We would lift weights. There's a time where you lift weights and there's a time you would condition. We don't actually do it at the same time. We're never gonna ask you to do back squats, then run, then come back and back squat. Not that that's the wrong way to do it, but that's just not how you would do it if you played on an actual team.
Okay. And I'll tell you guys about 17th Street, a little bit backstory. 17th Street was, I would say, a small room. It was basically an apartment that they turned into a gym.
To give you an idea of how small it was 2,000 square feet. It used to be a small yoga studio. Myself and my business partner's wife's father, who was a contractor, it was just him and I that actually built the place, meaning demo, paint, bring the turf up the steps, because it was on the second floor, walk up, lay the turf down, install the mirrors, install the ballet bar,
Put in that work.
Seal the harnesses to the wall, because one of the big things was, he explained to me that normally back then, especially 2014, if you needed something to bear weight, is usually boxing equipment, so they'd bear it from the ceiling, but almost nothing was coming out of the wall, so I had to put steel rods in the wall. Anyway, the point is, it was a small facility, and it was fun building that.
It was fun.
This one that we're in, I did not build this one.
The energy within that small space felt like I was back on the team.
Oh yeah.
Like it felt like I was in the locker room, felt like I was on the football field, and that changed the industry, where you have people designing their programs, designing their gym similar to Tonehouse.
Well, sure.
And trying to bring that energy, but it would never be the same because the passion behind it is so different.
I remember when I came out and I ordered black turf. At the time, when I spoke to the company, they were saying that they were thinking about discontinuing the color because no one was buying it. They were always buying green turf. You almost never go into a place and there's black turf. Now, since we opened, you have tons of it everywhere. So it's a beautiful thing. And the thing about it is, when you come in here, as far as athletics are concerned, people always say, when I come in, I'm a little nervous. They don't realize that I want you to be nervous. That's the whole point. When you play a sport, and let's say, for instance, you're in high school and it's your first high school practice, you're gonna be nervous. You can have
game I got nervous.
And then before the game, you're gonna be nervous. When you get to college and you play, if you happen to go to college and you play, you're gonna be extremely nervous. So what we do here is we have what's called pre-game music to kind of get you, to get you those butterflies that you feel. Like, why do I feel nervous? Why? Because we want you to feel nervous.
Exactly.
Remember, everything in Tonehouse, like I said before, is predicated around sports. Everything. Everything you see. the weight training program, the conditioning program, everything is based around movement science and sports. Everything.
Alonzo, you're a passionate person.
Absolutely.
And you give 100% every single class for over 10 years.
5 o'clock in the morning.
5 o'clock in the morning.
Cold-blooded work.
So tell me, what is behind that passion?
Well, it's a lot of things, but it stems from pretty much my mom. Like I said, it got me into training. When she passed away, it devastated me. And one thing I wanted to do is make sure that I did my part to try my best to make sure no one else had to go through something like that. So yes, the workouts are gonna be hard. No, I'm not gonna be playing around with you. We're gonna have fun. I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna tell some of my corny jokes. But we're always going to put in that cold-blooded work, because at the core of it, I wanna make sure that when you leave this room, you get a great workout. And not only does it translate from the turf, it translates to other aspects of your life. I could tell you the story of a gentleman that came in here one time, and usually Tone House is a place, you're actually the first gentleman that actually took off his shirt at Tone House. I'll tell you that story another time. But this gentleman came in here, he had a big baggy sweater on, big baggy pants on. He was a little heavier, and you could tell he was just a little bit unsure of his body at the time. He came in here, next thing you know, sweatpants are off. Next thing you know, sweater is off. Next thing you know, got a baggy t-shirt on. Next thing you know, this baggy t-shirt, a spandex shirt with a Superman emblem on. So it's just interesting to see the confidence that gets instilled in people, watching people find different partners in here, watching people, I've had people come up to me and say, hey, not to get too personal, I'm not gonna say his name, but he came up to me and he said, look, man, I was honestly on the verge of suicide, and this workout brought something out of me to where I didn't know that I had that fight in me. And then after going to the workout, knowing that I have that fight in me, there's no way I was gonna let this put me to my end. Because I have that fight, I have that dog in me. You guys instilled in me. I had no idea I had that dog in me. But you guys showed me that if I can get through this, I can battle this. I can battle this. So the workout isn't always just about aesthetics and how you look. There's a lady that came in here to Tone House. She actually came in here because she had a son that was in a wheelchair. He was a heavier gentleman because he was big. He was about 18 at the time. And she had a park where it's a short park. You can push, if she could push him up this ramp, she would be right there where she had that view where she gets to the park. Or it's kind of flat over here where she can slowly go around and come over it. But it was so far around to go where it's flat to get to the park. She wanted to be able to go all the way up the ramp in a short space where she parked her car. So she actually went to Tone House to get stronger, to just literally be able to push her son up the hill. So people come here for all different reasons.
And she ended up doing like turf wars, all those things.
She did turf wars.
Not only.
She did all those type of things. Exactly. And then that one gentleman that had the big shirt, the big sweater, got married, had children. Exactly. So it's just so wonderful to see different people. We've had cancer survivors here. We've had couples here, moms, dad, grandmas. We had athletes in here. With the whole Knicks team came in here to train. It's just been a wonderful, wonderful time. And I'm so excited for the future. They have no idea what's coming. Exactly. They think that we're here. They have no idea that we're just warming up, baby. We're just warming up, baby.
So you're basically setting them up for success outside these doors.
You're
building them mentally and physically. So when they reach outside these doors, they're able to attack. They don't accept certain things in their life anymore. Exactly.
When they go to work, they're thought of differently. They walk differently. They talk differently. They're a different person. It's the same person, but they're different.
They're different mentally.
They're different. It's a different mentality.
Exactly. And there's something to say about doing hard things. And we always like to say it's not punishment to work hard. A lot of people they become afraid of Tone House coming in because they know it's going to be challenging.
Yeah.
Tell us about the mentality of the type of athlete coming in, because we call them athletes. They're not clients.
No.
They're actually athletes. And this is a sport with Tone House. So tell us a little bit more about the mentality of the athlete and the different levels still working at the same speed and same time. Nobody's holding each other back.
No. So what's so amazing about it is I've heard so many times people say, well, I don't want to hold the other clients back. One thing that they don't understand is that on a team, yes, you'll have the guy on the football team, for example, that might run the 4-3. Well, on that same team, you have a guy that runs a 6. You know,
your lineman, your running back.
The lineman, you got your running back. So yes, there's gonna be people faster than you. There's gonna be people slower than you. And the thing about it is, what they don't realize is that when you're in this class, and that's why I used to have a lot of people. I had people like yourself. I had Evan, that's my boy.
Yes.
We had Shane and Lorenzo and you know, and Zach and all those people. Tamara was fast as heck. The point is that all these people played sports, and when we would say sprint, they would actually sprint for real. And what it did was set the tone. So it allowed the clients to realize what it was like to actually go all out. So then they started going all out. And what they realized is, whether you're an Olympian, which sometimes we have Olympians in here, we've had plenty of Olympians that come in here. When you run alongside an Olympian, yes, they may beat you in the race, but when you come back to the line, they're exhausted. And so are you, because you both gave 100%. You did all that you could do. When I race you, of course I can't beat him. I couldn't beat him when my knee was good. When he runs and I run, we're both tired at the end of the day, because we both gave 100%.
And it may be something that you're even better at that I'm over here dying at.
I don't know if there's much I'm better at.
But yes, so that's amazing that it's scalable for everybody, because at the end of the day, if my 100 may look different from somebody else's 100, but we both gave 100.
If you go in there and you're doing, 30 pull-ups straight, and the other person can barely hang from the bar. If you hang from the bar and you did 30 pull-ups, your arms are tired. They hung from the bar for a second, their arms are tired. Exactly. You both gave your 100%. Exactly. Next thing you know, they're hanging from the bar longer. Next thing you know, they're barely starting to go up a little bit. Next thing you know, they're doing assisted pull-ups. Next thing you know, they're doing jumping pull-ups. Next thing you know, they're doing pull-ups using the ballet bar. Next thing you know, they're doing an actual pull-up. Exactly. So it's just amazing to see someone go from barely in the lifting class, coming in here. Like a gentleman came to me one time, we were about to do bench press, and he whispered to me, I really don't bench that. Can't bench them. Yeah. I said, it's okay.
It's okay.
Today we're gonna start with 10 pounds.
Exactly.
Eventually you'll have a 25 pound, then you'll have a 35 pound, then you have a 45 pound. And then what I want you to do is, I want you to remember this. So when you come back in here and you are doing 225, and there's another gentleman in here that was similar to how you were when you first started, nervous about bench pressing or what have you, you have to tell him, listen, I was here. Yeah. I did the same thing. I could only do 10 pounds and was embarrassed. Yeah. And now the same guy is doing 205 on the bench, 45 and a 35 on each side. So it's just, you have to make yourself uncomfortable. The only way to change things is you're gonna have to make yourself uncomfortable. That's one thing that people don't realize. There's no easy pill. There's no easy way.
Life is not going to make it easy for you.
It's not going to make it easy. You're going to face something.
At some point.
And the thing about it is that you can always come in here, you have a team to support you, and we're all going through it together. Yeah. We're all going to go through the hard thing together, and we're going to cheer your wins on, and we'll build you up, lift you up. And like I said before, it translates off the turf.
Off the turf.
Every time.
Right now, we're in an age of competitions. We're in an age of ergs. Like what I like to say, no ergs, more work. How do you feel Tone House is adapting in this industry right now, where we're now into the different ergs, the different equipment, and we're still moving with that sports-based mentality? So
one thing I will say is that I'm so glad that these new competitions have come in, because they're joining the party. When we started what was called, and I will talk about that later, but Turf Wars was because we have all the training going on here in Tone House, but we didn't actually have an event for them to showcase themselves in front of their parents or their significant other or their family members or what have you. An event for them to go to, because at the time there was no High Rocks, there was no. Only thing you could do realistically was a Spartan race, or if you were like one of the 1% that could do a CrossFit Games, you could do that, or an Ironman. So there was nothing like it. So we opened and we did Turf Games at one point, which we actually did our first one inside the turf here, and then we translated it to go outside and then we changed the name from Turf Games to Turf Wars. And that was one of the first competitions, and since then you've seen all types of stuff. You have the High Rocks, you have which is amazing. We have tons of High Rocks classes. Make sure you guys check them out. I love these competitions that are coming up, and there's new ones. There's the ethics. We even have one because we have our strength program, so we wanted to make sure we had something for our lifters to do. So we had the lift off, which is extremely exciting. We're launching it in different cities. We're gonna have it in, I believe, Chicago.
Yep, Chicago.
And what's the other city? In
Austin,
Austin, Texas, New York. It is going to be amazing. Yeah. But all those things are just opportunities to keep training. Whether you train here, whether you train at other gyms, doesn't matter. As long as you're training and you're getting in that hard work, you know, it's a wonderful, wonderful thing. And I love these other competitions. I love our competitions. I'm just glad people are getting off the couch and trying new things. If you've never done a high rocks, go out and do a high rocks. If you haven't done a turf wars, go out and do a turf wars. Whatever resonates with you, go and do it. Get off the couch and go and do it.
So I know a lot of people want to understand, who is Alonzo? Like, who are you down to your core?
Down to my core, I'm always about team environment, family, love and support. And at the end of the day, I want to teach all my clients to be better than me. I want them to be better than me because I've always been a person that always think of everything as a team, okay? And your team is only as strong as its weak link. So if I can make weak link stronger than me, that team is going to be powerful. So at the end of the day, I want them to be better than me. So it's, you know, I'm a family man of God. Obviously, I went to church school all my life. One of the things that people don't know, I used to want to be a pastor back in the day. Not anymore. I've sinned too much, so no, I can't be a pastor. But at the same time, in all seriousness, I just care about people. I really care about them, and I want them to do well in life, not just in athletics, but in life. That's why I'm very passionate about our work out here at Tone House and making sure that I always bring them that cold-blooded work and always bring them that energy. It's that energy, the energy. You always got to bring them the energy because at the end of the day, like I said before, it translates off the turf as well. And you never know what people are going through.
You never know.
You never know what people are going through. You have no idea why they walked in here. But one thing you can guarantee, if it's 2 people in this class, or it's 30 people, or it's one of those classes outside where we have 200 people, baby! They're going to get the energy and the cold-blooded work. It doesn't matter if it's 2 or 200. It's all the same to me.
It's all the same.
They chose this place to come to. I'm excited.
Here for a reason.
Hell yeah.
To close this interview, is there any message you would like to give to people who have never experienced Tone House, that want to experience Tone House, but they tend to get a little bit scared, and you want to leave them off with something to get them in the door?
One thing I would say is it's not scary like that, what you see. A lot of times people will come in and they actually take the advanced class first, and then of course they write about, oh my goodness, it was terrible, it was so scary, I was so scared. The reality is it's not like that at all. We have levels to our classes. We have an all levels class, well, I strongly suggest you start with that before jumping into the advanced class. And then also, if it were me, I would do the lifting class first. Lifting class gives you an idea to be in the room and kind of let you get comfortable being in the room and being in the environment and feeling the energy. It's all about the energy. It's all about the energy. Once you feel that energy and you're coming to this room in this space, you're going to feel incredible. You're going to feel incredible, and it's not only going to translate from the turf, it's going to translate to every aspect of your life. You'll be so different when you leave this room. Trust me when I tell you.
Thank you, Alonzo, the founder of Tone House. We are so thankful for you and everything that you built here. And we're going to keep this going, and we have some exciting news coming up about the growth of Tone House.
Oh man!
So stay tuned. So, question all the people who want to know: who is Alonzo? Who are you down to the core?
Down to the core, all I am is a person that's bald and old and wants you to put in that work.